You ever think about how racism didn't just come from ignorance? It came from science, but not real science. The kind made in European labs to try to prove that we were less than. They didn't just enslave people, they studied them, measured them, dissected them, and then called it discovery. They tried to make racism look intelligent. In the 1800s, Europe and the Americas were conquering half the world, calling it civilization while committing genocide. But how do you justify that and still pretend to be enlightened? You invent biology that backs it up. They called it scientific racism, phrenology, craniometry, eugenics. White men in lab coats measuring skulls, ranking skin tones, pretending they'd found proof that Africans were less evolved. Also, they could keep exploiting people without guilt. They put numbers on oppression and then had the nerve to call it progress. They didn't find evidence, they created it. Samuel Morton in Philadelphia filled entire rooms with human skulls taken from African graves, indigenous burial sites, and enslaved people. He measured brain size to prove that Europeans were smarter. And when the numbers didn't match his theory, he just rewrote them. Across the ocean, George Cuvier dissected Sarah Bartman, a South African woman paraded across Europe as the Hottentot Venus. After she died, they preserved her body in jars and displayed it in a Paris museum for more than a century. They called it science. It was desecration. These weren't fringe men with weird ideas. These were respected scholars, professors, museum curators, even government advisors. They built the lie that made slavery, colonization, and white supremacy sound logical. What a reach. Bunch of bitches. They wanted proof that they were at the top of the hierarchy, so they built the hierarchy themselves. Those fake findings didn't stay in labs. They ended up in textbooks, classrooms, and policy. They justified segregation, sterilization, colonization, and even genocide. It's what the US used to ban immigrants from undesirable races. It's what Europe used to turn entire continents into forced labor camps. And when people fought back, they just argued. The science says you're inferior. How dare you? That's how deep it went. Y'all, the lie became law. And here's the part that should make you sick. Even after those theories were debunked, their logic lived on. That same ideology shaped how IQ tests were written. It influenced who got educated, who got hired, who got housed, who got studied, and who got saved. So yeah, trust science, but never forget who it used to serve. Because before it cured disease, it built racism.